Thursday, lucky January 13th. We're fired up. We're ready to go. We're going to talk about, I don't know, Kyle, did your Tesla get hacked? Mine didn't.
Not mine. I'm okay.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and smile when they see me.
I suppose you need a Tesla in order for your Tesla to get hacked. So I think
There it is.
But we can ask Ben Hadley if his Tesla got hacked, but he bought it from a local used car dealer. He's always sure to say that so that he doesn't get
Right.
shade thrown on him. But so yesterday an article came out. I think Kyle, you're the one that found this one and pulled this one up.
Oh, I love it because this is some good old troublemaking. It's some good old troublemaking from what it seems like a previous Tesla employee. He is a self-proclaimed like engineer and tech savvy IT guy. So he hacks just over 800 Teslas worldwide.
He's probably the janitor.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, he's 19 years old. How crazy is that, right? We're like trying to chunk away on our keyboards, right? So this guy hacks and then reaches out to Tesla and says, "Hey, look, I'm not trying to do anything dumb. I'm just pointing out some flaws." So how cool is that? Like this guy
wants his job back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. He actually is probably going to get hired by like the NSA now.
Absolutely. Like that dude's got a job. He's set. He's doing contract work for someone at least.
Did he do anything criminal?
No, he didn't. He just displayed a flaw that you were able to enter in. What's cool is it wasn't like a fatal flaw. You couldn't do things like drive the car or do anything crazy. If the driver was already that he could start the car.
It just made it randomly make the fart noises.
Yeah. Well, something like that. He could blast the volume to full max on the audio, and he could do one other thing. I think flash the lights everywhere. Like he could create like a light show essentially. So
yeah,
interesting. But that's another piece is like, oh, wow. Now all these connected cars are now sources of like needing to be really secure.
That conversation I've heard that being significantly on the ramp up and things like this are, it's going to, just like anything, it's like an arms race with the people who have bad things in mind. Right. So it takes people actually like this 19-year-old to do it for the good guys, and let's keep them interested. So he keeps going.
Now everyone's like, I need Apple OS systems on my car because they don't
get right. That's going to be their biggest feature. Like, well, it's
security
based. iOS based. I think he missed a real opportunity there. Have you seen the fart sound thing?
No.
It's one of the packs like where like you hit the turn signal, and instead of a turn signal noise and the horn, right? So I think that would have been a lot more hilarious if you found ways to deploy that, make everybody laugh a little bit. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's to be determined how Tesla reacts. Elon is kind of
Speaking of hacks,
segue
time. It's not really a hack, but I will say this: that just a couple of days ago, not just can you hack a Tesla, but you can also upgrade a Tesla for not $8,000, not $10,000, but $12,000 for a fully self-driving vehicle. So, man, just the speed of technology.
Well, it was 8,000, right?
Yeah, so
and it was a one-time billing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and so now the ticket price goes up on the 17th to $10,000, right? Or $12,000. Sorry. So you're looking at a vehicle that's already in your hands that to get an added feature is going to cost you another $12,000, like the price of a fairly decent few-year-old used car.
I gotta say, there's just something about knowing that everything that is needed to do it is already on board, and it's just speaking of hacking, right? No, but unlocking that feature, but that brings up a whole lot of considerations for our industry at large. Was it GM? Who was it that last week said that they were looking to triple or like quadruple their subscription revenue? It was GM. It was Mary Barr said that all of a sudden subscription, they were looking to make it like a $20 billion revenue stream for the company instead of like 3 or 4. And So subscription is obviously a big part of the plan for everybody, but one of the big considerations, who gets all of those dollars? I'm a dealer, I'm selling the vehicles, and now a big portion of the potential revenue stream from that vehicle is over-the-air updates or upgrades. Or I wonder if they're going to like split that out, and the dealer you bought it from,
No, think about it.
Has some incentive.
Think about your Kia. The dealer doesn't get $1 of your $14 a month.
I think about my Kia. That's right.
You get mad.
No, Kia doesn't get $1 of my $14 a month because I'm just not paying it.
Right.
But after a 0 degree day yesterday, I think I might just bite the bullet. But
well,
Kia, if you're
so
listening, every time I walk to my cold car Kia, it's not a good brand impression.
Right. But what's so interesting there is like Kia is not even getting all that 14 because they haven't self-developed that technology. There's about 3 technologies out there that actually inform the majority of the world's connected car. So it is like the transfer of money and the ability to access a car as a computer even more than it has been over the last 15 years. Nuts.
Yeah. You know, if I'm a dealer, I'm definitely paying attention and thinking how I can bring value, like and sell or increase the stickiness of subscription plans or somehow be incentivized. Because I mean, if you're a dealer and you're doing a good job at keeping in touch, life cycle marketing, right? Caring for your customers all the way around the cycle, then you do have a role to play in this. Like think about insurance agents, right? Allstate agent, Allstate releases a new product or an upgrade or something, you know, hey, we want people to add this to their homeowner's policy. And who's going to pump it? The agents. Why? Because they have the relationships. So it does make a lot of sense.
And so if you pump it, right, and then you're now the authority because your whole team is trained on it. Now it's like, oh, I don't know how to utilize this new software upgrade. Who do I go to? I don't call customer support at, you know, GM. I call my local GM dealer, right?
Or text Jerry, right? Yes. Or text my guy Jerry, who happens to be at the store. There's always opportunity. We talk about that all the time. Like winners just keep winning. Successful people keep moving. They find a way to take the situation and make it go. So there you go. And oh gosh, a whole other slew of issues. What happens when the new car becomes used? If you sell that Tesla, does the self-driving go with it? We talked about this last week. I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of used cars, though.
Stop. Segue.
Time. Danielle was mad at us because we didn't use Segway yesterday, but we're doing it.
Oh, actually, we didn't use it at all yesterday, so we have to overuse it today. That's cool. No, it's not. Automotive News dropped an article toward the end of the day yesterday that said, you know, the U.S. used vehicles hit a sales record in 2021. I should probably have the article pulled up, but I don't. But basically, it said it was a 10% increase. Oh, here it is. Cox Automotive estimated the overall used vehicle sales for 2021 were 40.9 million, which is an increase of 10% compared with 2020. And they said of those 22.2 million, so more than half of them were retail sales, meaning it came from a dealership or Carvana type dealer or retailer. And they said that number, so dealers grouped in with this, that number's up actually 13% year over year. You know, no one's expecting that to happen again. But who the heck knows these days? Let's get the air horn in here.
There it is. Yes.
All of you watching, you already know that's the case, right? I didn't have to tell you that sales were up 10%. No. I didn't have to tell you the market was up and that it's going to be different this year. But, you know, we saw it drop. So we thought it'd be good to cut. Good to bring up.
Everybody's just like, how do I get my hands on more? Right? Where do I get the used cars? Which, if you know, actually, this is just a plug for our good friend, an OG troublemaker. Tomorrow, on Friday mornings, David Long has a room that's all about used cars. And I'm telling you, some of the smartest minds in our industry, like he's had Jonathan Smoke on, you know, you've got people like Jason Rice with Lot pop in there every week.
You're going to miss so many once you start listing people.
I can't list people, but it's
Steve Greenfield really good was last week.
Yeah, it's a really good room that really dials in and looks at what's going on in the used car market, how to acquire vehicles, and he's doing everything about acquiring used cars tomorrow. So, you know, if you're like, yeah, sales were up last year, and look at my lot, that's a place where you want to be on Clubhouse for sure.
Yeah, it's all things used cars. That's what it's called, right?
Yep,
all things used cars. You won't waste your time if you go to this room. We're talking about practitioners doing their thing, real time. We got time for one more. Oh, yes, this is a good one. So Kanye West has launched a new video yesterday. You have to see it. Maybe we'll be able to link it up in the show notes, or you can just new Kanye West video. He launched a new video and launched a new hoodie with Gap. I don't know if you remember. Remember when Kanye was like the Gap guy? Do you
Right.
remember that?
Oh yeah, he definitely was. Yeah.
It was when he kind of dressed like,
Right.
dressed like a nerd, you know what I mean? He had the vest, he had like the
Yes.
sweater vest going on, like that was kind of his thing. Well, he released this great music video called Heaven and Hell, really creative video. I thought it was an awesome song. And at the end, it's like a little Gap logo. Like you can picture the little blue logo with the GAP,
Yes.
but instead of GAP, it's YZY, right? Little Yeezy
right
action in there. Go check it out, because even if you're not a Kanye fan, even if you're not in the market for a black hoodie.
Well, nobody's in the, let me just tell you, look,
no one's in the market for a black hoodie like I am, but
yeah, you're like this black hoodie, and we had Tom Brady's stuff yesterday. Like we got to get some, I don't know, something new out there. But the commentary that I read on it, and what I completely agree with, is it like the whole music video is a cross between ad and art, right? And I think that that's a really ingenious, like perceptive way of looking at that, is like, this is art, it's music video, but there's advertisement involved, but it doesn't feel like either are encroaching on each other, right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's really important, as especially dealers or even vendors are advertising, and like, are you encroaching on a place where art is supposed to be happening? Like, let's say it's Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, with your just like, there's an ad, so interesting. Like, think about that as you're watching it, if you watch it.
That's a great point. I think it's easy to think out of sight of, like, I need to run some ads, right? What does that mean? Well, I need to show them a vehicle with a price and a payment. If you look at the rest of retail and what is happening more and more, the trend is moving substantially toward collaboration with creatives,
right?
And so there's a new term. They used to, like, influencers is a word that we've heard a lot over the last 5 years. And influencers is probably a word that in the auto industry, we tend to have a little lagging indicator. So you use the words influencers, but now the word is creators, right? We've changed the word from influencers to creators. So write it down. You can be ahead of all your marketing friends and understand, like, now we call them creators, not influencers, because these are the people that are actually helping create the content, and they have an audience that they can influence, but they do that through creating content. This Kanye ad is a perfect example of that. And I think, just like you said, Kyle, massive, massive opportunity for dealers who are paying attention. And you know what? One dealer that probably dabbling this, Matt Lasher. If you don't know Matt Lasher, you should look him up on LinkedIn. Very progressive marketer. I call him the Wizard of Oz because he's behind the curtain, like DMing Instagram people and pulling off all kinds of crazy stuff with the West Her Group, which is a top 25 auto group. So I think that's all we have today. I think that's all we have time for today. We're going to cut it a little short. We only got 15 minutes, but we got a little less. We went over a number of minutes all week long. So we're going to give it back to you on Thursday.
Giving you back time on Thursday.
On Friday, come on, we're going to have a lot of fun on Friday. But look, hit it hard today. We got one more day in the work week before Saturday. So lean in, dig in, do something innovative. Get it.